Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Dave's Faves. And today we're going to talk about a really unknown, underperformed, totally fabulous choral work by Vaughan Williams. It's the 5 Tudor portraits. I mean, why does no one know the 5 Tudor portraits? It doesn't get performed very often at all. It's only been recorded about 3 times, maybe 3 or 4 times max. I mean, it's a very specialized piece. It's for, let's see, mezzo-soprano, at least. Is there a baritone? Yeah, it's a baritone, and chorus and orchestra. And it's a big work. It's 45 minutes long. It's a symphonic work. It's based on poetry by, I think it was Geoffrey Skelton, right? Is that what it is? Let's see, did they tell you who did it? No, they don't, of course not. Yes, John Skelton, pardon me, Geoffrey Skelton, someone else. John Skelton was a Tudor poet who wrote some fairly interesting and sometimes racy poetry. Chaucer, Canterbury Tales type stuff, although that was much earlier. But the fact of the matter is, the premiere of the 5 Tudor portraits was, let's just call it a succès d'estime, as they would say in French or whatever. It was a qualified success. And really, the first program must have been something, because the reason that stuff doesn't get played, let's put it this way, is because our culture is not really sure how to handle raunchy secular choral works. Aside from Carmina Burana, that's about the only one. All of our choral tradition is essentially a sacred music tradition. And so Vaughan Williams wrote this rousing, ballsy, raw, energetic, dirty, down and sort of smutty piece. Oh, it's just wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. It's just, the opening number is called The Tunning of Eleanor Running, and it sounds a lot like, let's put it, bits of his piano concerto and Job, and, about that time, that sort of thing. It starts with, let's see, tell you I will, if that ye will a while be still, of a comely Jill that dwelt on a hill. It's not, great poetry. It's fun poetry. And the piece is just terrific. It's glorious and fun to listen to. The middle movement is a big 22-minute long sort of lament of Messalina, I think it is, right? Isn't it Messalina? I'm trying to find out which one it is. Jane Scroop, pardon me. Her Messalina is someone else. Jane Scroop, her lament for Philip Sparrow is what that is. The second movement is called Pretty Bess. The Burlesca, the third movement, is the epitaph on John Jaybird of Dis. And the final movement is a scherzo, Jolly Rotterkin. You get a sense from this, don't you? It's ironic. It's boisterous. It has the real, odor of people who had never discovered deodorant and toilet paper, and, where the median age was about 30. And if you died, it was likely of scrofula, even though nobody knew what it was. And when goiters and hair lips were popular congenital birth defects, it was quite a time. Just a fabulous time. I remember quite vividly that, my mother, who taught European history, and she taught a course in women's history at Milford High School, where, believe me, the girls there needed as much women's history as you could get them to pay attention to. It was really kind of necessary. And she showed me once. I just never forgot this. It was a news item from this period, an advertisement trying to locate a runaway wife. And they described this woman, and it was really kind of, horrifying. She had was missing an eye, and she was lame, and she had a scar down her cheek, and she had no teeth, and they went on and on. She had pock marks on her face, and the last line was, overall a most comely and attractive lass. And you just went, okay, if that was the best they could do in the Tudor period, well, there you are. I know it sounds very sexist to say so, but I'm simply repeating what I read in the handbill advertising this poor runaway wife. And this is the flavor of Vaughan Williams' 5 Tudor portraits. It's vintage Vaughan Williams in his most secular mode. And I adore it. I just love it. Now, this recording is the best one out there. It's on Chandos. It's with Richard Hickox, Gene Rigby, and John Shirley Quirk with the London Symphony Chorus and the London Symphony Orchestra. And you also get the 5 variants of Dives and Lazarus as a filler. But it's the Tudor portraits that are the big deal. And I really, really, really would love to have the opportunity to see this piece live. It's something I would go to see, instead of the usual Mozart Requiem or whatever horrifying bit of, sacred dribble that the local choral society tries to do. I mean, Rachmaninoff's The Bells I'd go see too. You could do these wonderful choral symphony type works that are perfect half a program. That's what this is. It's an ideal, second half work. Or even a first half work if you want to do something else in the second half. It doesn't matter. It's beautiful. It's fabulous. And this is absolutely one of my favorite pieces. And if you haven't heard it, I urge you to give it a listen. You will be very, very happy, especially if you like Vaughan Williams. I mean, how is it that we can love Vaughan Williams but not know half of what he wrote, especially his choral music, some of which is absolutely glorious. The Hodie is magnificent too. I mean, it's a sacred work, but it's just phenomenal. Dona Nobis Pacem, Sancta Civitas. These are great works, and they really deserve our attention. But the 5 Tudor portraits are special. It's his big secular fiesta. Well, they didn't have fiestas in Tudor England, but it's a fiesta anyway. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.